Oh, I love hot coffee. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are seeing my face or hearing my voice. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. Today in this episode, I want to chat a few minutes about how well do you know your best customer? Now, first time I asked myself this question in my Italian food manufacturing business, I realized that I knew my best customer pretty well, but I quickly realized that who I had thought was my best customer for my business was actually my worst customer. They actually were creating havoc for the people in my organization. They required the most time, energy, effort to maintain them as a customer in their account. And I eventually ended up, although it was one of the scariest things I've ever done, letting go of that customer and not doing business with them anymore. And this was after 20 plus, probably 25 years of being in a business relationship with them. I realized that the relationship was not good for my organization and was actually bad and non-profitable for my organization, even though they represented a very huge portion of our business. And by letting go of that customer who wasn't best for my organization, I ended up replacing that business in a very short order. But it was a tough decision. It was tough to make. And I guess I am thinking, if I thought that my best customer was my best customer and they turned out to be my worst customer, there might be other people in the same boat. You might find that by considering this question, your best customer isn't necessarily good for your business either. So how do we define best customer? Well, you get to decide how you want to define best customer. But back in the day when I was defining it, I defined best customer as amount of sales, gross sales, and not profit and revenue, which was my mistake. The amount of sales, gross sales that they did as a percentage of my business. And they were by far the number one customer, following the Pareto principle and the whole statistical breakdown. They were light years ahead of all my other customers in terms of sales volume. And that is how I defined best. And I soon realized that after some study and understanding that maybe best isn't just about the money. Maybe it's about profitability. And when I re-asked that question and I said, okay, who is my best customers from a profitability standpoint, I realized that they were my least profitable account. And in addition to that, they caused a lot of trouble for my business and we needed to let them go. So the first thing you want to do is decide, how do you define best? What is your best customer? Is it from a profitability standpoint? Is it the one that you can relate to the most? Is it the one you just adore serving? And then once you decide how you want to identify that ideal person, that ideal client, do you already know? Do you already have a best customer in your business? Do you already have a person that you just absolutely adore working with? That person is your ideal customer. If you've already got that. If you don't already have that, guess what? You're in an amazing position. You get to create and design that person from the ground up. You get to decide exactly what characteristics, what problems, what feelings, what issues, what challenges your ideal customer has and how you can solve them for that person. So you want to consider and ask yourself these questions about the person if you have an actual person already or if you're creating that person. What are their fears? What are their doubts? What are their worries? What are their challenges? What are their thoughts? What are their feelings that have anything to do with what it is that you can offer? Because we want to know, what problems can we solve for them? How can we help make their life easier so we can improve and build a relationship with them so that they become lifelong customers of ours? How can we enhance the experience that they have with us and our organization so that they solve their problems, reduce their fears, increase their status, eliminate their pains, get rid of their doubts and worries, and know that they can confidently do business with us each and every time because they know they're going to get their needs met in ways that delight and excite them. I find myself going back to this ideal customer question time and time again, not only with my coaching clients, but with myself. I'm working on a women's summit, and I am every day asking myself, well, how would Chris, because that's my ideal client, I named her Chris, and I've had clients named Chris, but my ideal client is a conglomerate of all of my favorite customers and favorite clients over my 45 years of being involved in business. And so instead of just picking one ideal perfect person, because I don't know, nobody's perfect, right? Including the pajama grandma. And so to me, it's more of a challenge to create that perfect person, and then understand how would she think? How would she feel about this? What would she think about this particular topic? Is this even important to her? What would she think about this slant on finding more customers for your business? Is that something she would do or not do? And so I'm trying to filter everything I'm doing for this Women's Summit through the question of how would Chris feel about this? What would Chris think about this? Not how would Sharon think about it? Not how would Grandma think about it? How would Chris think about it? How would she feel about it? How would she react to it? Will this solve her problems and meet her needs? If the answer is no, out it goes. If the answer is yes, I include it and I'll include more of it. So that's my question for you today. Think about your ideal customer. How well do you know him or her? And do you even have one picked out? If not, that is your step and action step for today. Go out, make it a fantastic day. I'm going to sip some more of my coffee, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.